I beg to differ about them paying him $1 million if Ole Miss wins a national championship. Anybody in their right mind know Ole Miss ain't got a shot in hell and win a national championship.
Right.
Keywan Lacy, who's one of the best running backs in the country, just got in the transfer portal. They won't have him. They just lost 80% of the guys on the offensive staff. How in the world do anybody think that Ole Miss gonna have a shot in this playoff? Ain't
I
gonna happen. Ain't
yeah,
gonna happen. And the defense is solid at best. Solid
yeah.
at best. So I don't know why this was even a report that they're gonna pay him $1 million if Ole Miss win the national championship.
I
That's
think
that's
it just
like,
goes to show how all in they were on him though. It's just like, hey, bro, it don't
but
matter what happens.
bro, piss on my back and tell me it's raining.
Damn. No
I,
Diddy.
I
Wait,
mean, come
pause.
on, bro. Like they not gonna win the Natty. I
Right.
would I would bet everything that I own that Ole Miss won't win a national championship. So if I'm Lane Kiffin, that wouldn't have moved me at all.
Okay. I just, man, whenever I saw it, the first thing I thought was, that's interesting because I not only have I not heard it, but it seems like they, what do you say, throw the kitchen sink, everything but or whatever the hell, bro. They threw the damn foundation, they threw the slab, they threw the wiring, they threw damn insulated pipes. I mean, holy shit.
Now I will tell you this: I was impressed. Oh, you know what? That's the wrong word. I don't want to say impressed. You showing him that you all in by paying some of his paying some of the money that he's owed for his house. I
Yep.
think his house is worth 2.8. Well, he paid $2.8 million for that house in Oxford. LSU is expected, if he can't sell it, LSU is expected to pay like around $1 million or a little over $1 million if he can't sell it. Now, you want to talk about a report? You report that
Yep.
because what if he don't sell it and LSU pays that kind of money? I think that says a lot about how much they wanted it. But I think the biggest thing for me is, and we've been talking about it for weeks since this Lane Kiffin story broke about him possibly coming. People keep misconstruing what I'm saying about LSU going after Lane Kiffin. I do think Lane Kiffin, I'm going to say this again for the people that got bad understanding. I do think Lane Kiffin should have been the number one candidate. No argument with me, right? I think Lane Kiffin is a damn good coach. No argument with me. I would not have done and went and broke my back behind Lane Kiffin the way LSU and Florida was willing to do. Right? All right. Lane Kiffin has a $72 million buyout. You still gotta pay BK $54 million. You make your last payment to Ed Orgeron this week or next week for his buyout. You gotta pay Scott Woodward $7 million in a buyout. You gotta pay some of these assistant coaches that's probably gonna be let go. You gotta pay them the rest of their contract out. And you made him the second highest paid coach in the country next to Kirby Smart. I just don't agree with paying him that kind of money and throwing the kitchen sink at him as if he has won a national championship before, and like like he won the SEC before. Lane Kiffin has had a hell of a 2 or 3 year run at Ole Miss. Can't take nothing from him. Do think he deserved the job, but I think they went a little overboard thinking about how popular he is, how he could put a lot of butts in the seats. I get it. They got tired of people leaving Tiger Stadium at halftime. I get it, right? You want LSU talked about on every national television broadcast around the country. I get it. You want to make LSU the Dallas Cowboys of college football. I understand it. But when you talk about as a football coach, he is not in the first tier and as everybody else. I think he's in the same stratosphere as all the guys we've been talking about all week. And that's Eli Drinkwitz. That's Kenny Dillingham. That's John Summerall. That's Elko at Texas A&M. That's Clark Lee at Vanderbilt. This dude went 11-2 at Vandy, bro, and in the 12-team playoff. Vanderbilt. You can't sit here and make a case and tell me that Lane Kiffin is in a different stratosphere for any of them coaches I just named. We're not even gonna talk about Kirby Smart. That's not even a discussion. So in my mind, we gonna break the bank and go to this extreme for somebody that is in the same stratosphere as all those other coaches I named. That's the only point I was making. I think the $72 million buyout, they better hope they don't come back to bite them, right? If he decides to leave, right, he only has to pay LSU $7 million. This is a win-win for Lane Kiffin, especially somebody that has shown, right, that he can't stay in a place for too long.
My take on it is I feel like they were in such a predicament. I mean, I said it time and time again on this show. People are going to get tired of me saying it for this final time. LSU had a fork in the road, bro. And if they didn't get a home run hire, I think that not only would there obviously be scrutiny, but we can ignore stuff like that. That's external. We're just worried internal at this point. The buyout is a little worrisome, but
A
if
little?
you take a stab, it's worrisome. If you do take a stab,
73 M's? A little? That's a lot, bro.
Stab, though, on another coach, the buyout might be lowered, but then again, G, the chances of the buyout, like let's say you get Drink, I would say in my mind, there's a higher percentage you'd have to buy out somebody like Drink than Lane. In my opinion, just with the 4-year run, the double digits, 2 of those 4 years having 11 wins. Obviously, he's in the playoff. There is a high expectation.
Bro, you could have did the same thing. You could have did the same thing.
He's first time as an athletic director. He has to be able to not only cement his spot, because, bro, a month ago, they didn't even know if we're going to keep him full time. He's interim. He's not. Oh, we're going to make him full time. Oh, I'm going to have to think about the decision. He's got pressure where he had to smash this shit out the park. And I think he did. I think this was the most surprising hire. And then also, you do instantly change the entire conversation around your brand like that. I mean, dude, it's a national story. It might even be international at this point.
I understand they felt the pressure to get the sexy name. Lane Kiffin, from when Jimmy Sexton, his agent, said in the report saying that it wasn't about the money. It was about where he can go and get the best players, and where he have the salary pool to pay the best players. So why you had to give him $91 million for 7 years and make it a $72 million buyout? That don't make sense to me. Why did you offer to pay for his house in Oxford if he can't sell it? That don't make sense to me. Just those things, I can't wrap my head around it. You could have made his contract incentive based. And I'm not comparing him to John Summerall because I think he's in another tier than John Summerall in a sense, right? I think John Summerall is well deserving of the Florida job, but I don't think he should have had the same contract as John Summerall. But John Summerall's contract with Florida is mostly incentive based, right? And I just think if this doesn't work, I'm just playing devil's advocate right now. If it doesn't work, this could set LSU football program back 5 or 6 years. I really believe that, especially in the times we living in with NIL and coaches moving around the way they're doing, bro. They better be careful with this, and they better know what they're doing. This got to work. Got to work. This will be your third coach you buying out if this doesn't work. And let's not act like Lane Kiffin is not a wild card.
Yeah. Somebody right here saying Kawan didn't hit the portal. They said it was a troll post.
Oh, well, yeah, all right. Well,
hold
on.
What's up?
You crazy as hell if you think he's not about to hit the portal.
I just wanted to clarify, but
yeah, it might be a troll post, but
yeah,
you crazy as hell if you think he's not about to hit the portal.
Yeah. But to your point about how it has to work, yeah, and that was my main quote unquote worry going through this entire hiring process is that if you go all in on a guy, I don't want to be left in a spot where, oh shit, everybody's getting hired, everybody's making decisions, and we're the last one where we're going to plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, yada, yada, yada. At least in this situation, you are able to target National Signing Day. He already met with guys like Lamar Brown. And I'm going to be real, man. This is just my opinion, though, and I'll let you respond after. Let's say we did get a guy like Drink. I do think the draw of Lane Kiffin is going to be bigger because, like you said, it's the sexy name, it's the hype, it's the top prospect. So, I mean, maybe in their situation, they're like, you know what? We won't have to, I'm not trying to say do as much work, but it's going to be a smoother transition. And then we don't have to convince boosters. We don't have to convince all these different people. There was probably just so many hoops to jump through. If you could go get the number one guy, in my opinion, just go get the number one guy. And I'm very surprised they were able to get it done because, in my opinion, if I'm Lane, I would have stayed. But that's me. I'm obviously not in this situation. I'm not having $90 million thrown in front of my face. I'm sure my tune would change real quick. But I'm shocked by the hire. I can't believe they got it done. And I'm not going to lie, bro. Like every now and then I had to pinch myself. I'm like, damn, LSU really? They really went go get the top dog. Like I didn't think it was going to happen. Very
I
surprised.
I agree with everything you just said. This was a PR move first, football coach second. Just being real. Like, that's not me saying I don't think Lane Kiffin is a good coach.
Right.
I'm saying if he had the personality of an Eli Drinkwitz, who's mild mannered, kind of stays off the scene, doesn't do too much on social media, this is not looked at as a big time hire on a national grand scheme of things. Lane Kiffin has done a phenomenal job of promoting himself on social media. He's done a phenomenal job of saying certain things in press conferences for it to go viral. He has done a great job of the sideline antics, shooting jump shots on the sideline after they score a touchdown, throwing alley hoops to his players, interacting with the opposing team in a post game interview on the field, like he did against Oklahoma. Everything he does is thought about and it's proactive. Like, I get it, and that's sexy, and we live in a trendy world. So you do make a good point when you talk about being able to get guys to come play for him, and you got that LSU going across your chest. This makes it to the point where LSU probably going to be in the top 3 recruiting class year in and year out while Lane Kiffin is there.
Yep.
I agree with that, but I just gotta see him put it all together.
Yep.
That's what I gotta see. I gotta see him put this staff together. I gotta see how does he deal with the pressure of being in Baton Rouge and living up to the hype. Because like we talked about, LSU fans are turning into Dallas Cowboy fans. Very unrealistic, thinking they should win a national championship every year. That's how they think. Can Lane live up to that? Can Lane live up to the questions that he started getting asked when his name was coming up for the LSU job? He gonna be asked that kind of stuff all year round, from the spring football to fall camp, throughout the season when they playing anybody. Can he handle that on a consistent basis and not flash out? Can he? Can he stay here for the long haul? I got a question about that. We'll see.
Yep. No, the last part that you said, I think that's going to be the thing that's on everybody's subconscious, whether you want to bring it up or not. Tyrann Mathieu said it. We brought it up. I'll bring it up again. Shout out Honey Badger. I think he's speaking facts. He did show a little bit of disloyalty. Now, like I said, if I got offered $91 million, I probably would start sweating a little bit too.
Ole Miss was going to give him, they was going to match it, bro.
They was going to match it. It's just a perfect combination, man. It's like, I remember a long time ago, we were talking about Napier with Florida. You just can't say no. And like with LSU, you just can't say no, bro. It's like, man, this is such a good opportunity to be able to just run it. Then to your class rank point about how you can get buku recruits and all this stuff. So at Ole Miss, he was obviously the transfer portal king. You get the second ranked class back-to-back years, the first ranked class, this year the fourth ranked class. Nick Saban brought up a damn good point, though. Now the shift goes, from like, I got to build everything with the portal to I'm supplementing with the portal, because we keep talking about the pipeline and, shake a tree and 55 stars fall out of it in the boot. Now I think he could potentially have a nice foundation set, of course, with the players we already have. Then he can develop a recruiting base, and instead of having to go grab 20 kids, you can go grab 12, and you can allocate the resources in a different way, and you have a higher chance on hitting on people. Either way, I do want to see how he builds it. To your point, same thing I said with, I don't know if he's getting hired. I got to see it to believe it. I do agree with that. You're going to have to see the results, because talk is cheap. I want to see actual wins. I want to see LSU in a scenario where they're in the playoffs, like Ole Miss.